Welcome or welcome back to the 8th Concession. My name is Natalie. Well, if you joined me for the video where I was pruning my orchard before spring really hit, that was only a week and a half ago. And I mentioned that I didn't even need a ladder to trim my trees because the snow was about 1.5 feet high in the orchard area. Well, just a few days of sunshine and warmer temperatures, and look what's happened. The grass is here. Most of the snow is gone. There's still some here along the edge where we had shoveled and piled it quite high, about 5 feet high. But for the most part, it looks like spring. And so I wanted to take a walk around today with you and just see what there is growing and starting to change here on the 8th Concession. I found something really exciting, and it was under the snow here in the orchard all the time. Let me show you. You might remember that in the fall I planted some bulbs here in the orchard to give a little bit of spring blooms. And look what I found. One of the crocus bulbs that I planted has come up. I think this one is going to be white. Oh, and just over here is another one. And another. I think this one might be orange. And all the snow has gone from this front garden bed too so quickly. And underneath the snow, there is life. Here are my daffodils. There are 5 different kinds here, from the little mini ones to plain yellow to white with orange. This is a purple flowering ground cover that was in my mother's garden. I don't know the name of it. When it blooms, I'll show you. Maybe someone can identify it for me. And right here, look like some tulips are coming up. I did have 2 clumps of tulips last year, some orange ones, and I think some red and white ones. I don't remember which ones these are. Now the garden itself needs a lot of work, some cleanup, some dead hostas and weeds to pull out, but oh, it's so exciting to see things growing. Over here in front of the house is a lavender plant that I grew from seed, so this is going on its 3rd year, and I can see that it looks green and healthy. We'll probably have lots of beautiful blooms this year. Here's the little makeshift herb garden, which is behind what we call the red room in our house. 7 days ago, this was under 1 foot of snow, but look what was happening underneath. This is garlic that I didn't plant. Obviously garlic that I missed picking up. Look at it all. I am so excited about this. These are my chives, my onion chives. And this here, these are my garlic chives. But the rest are garlic. And they were here waiting under the snow all the time. Over here is the flower garden on the south side of our house. It gets the most sun over here, and you can see this is a big patch of giant purple iris. And they're beautiful. You can see I need to do a lot of cleanup, but honestly, only a few days ago they were covered in snow and ice, and now look. I can see all the new growth poking up. Oh, and soon they'll be here. This little thing here, I have no idea what that is. I don't remember planting anything there. Well, that's going to be a bit of a surprise. This here, I do know what it is. This is an allium. It's called a hairy allium. It grows a big globe flower that has like these spikes coming out of it. It looks like something out of Dr. Seuss, so I know that's what that is. More iris. And this is a purple salvia already growing underneath. That's exciting. The butterflies love that. And this is my Japanese maple. Now, I just planted this last year. It was a gift. I'm just checking to see how it survived the winter. I can see some buds. I think it did fine. What about down here in the vegetable garden? Let's take a look. This is the first raised bed. And you can see here that the parsley survived under a foot or two of snow. Now, this is a biennial plant, which means it's going to go to seed this year, but I'll probably plant some parsley for picking and drying right beside it. Let this go to seed and collect seeds. And this back here, those of you who remember my cloche experiment, you can still see the ring around it where the small cloche was. And a cloche is just a glass bell-shaped jar that you put over parts of your garden to act like a mini greenhouse. I put a cloche over some seed back in the fall, and they sprouted, but then it got too cold. I didn't want the glass cloches to break with minus 35 Celsius wind chill, so I pulled them, but the lettuce survived. I mean, it's unbelievable. Nature wants to live. And then I noticed when the snow went away, this. In fact, you can probably see right down the edge there, more of those. I'd forgotten I planted some organic garlic. I took some of the cloves off the bulb that I just bought in the store to see if they could grow, and they have. Look at that. Now, I did that even though I just showed you the garlic growing up by the herb in the little makeshift herb garden, but those tend to be very small when I pick them. I don't know whether it's the type of, I don't even know where I got them. I think I brought them from my other house. But these are like the large, regular sized garlic. I don't know if they're hard neck or soft neck, but we'll find out. But I thought I'd give them a try, and just look at that. They've come up. That is so exciting. And over here in the fourth bed, of course, anyone who's been watching knows that this is where I had lettuce last year. I had lettuce right in this area here. I didn't collect my seed in time. Obviously, my lettuce went to seed, spread seed everywhere. It sprouted in the fall. Again, I put a cloche here and a cloche there. And I actually even harvested some lettuce in the fall. Had one small salad. And then the snow and ice came. But this stuff is still alive. It's unbelievable to me that it could survive the whole winter and just be waiting for a bit of warmth to grow. So I've brought two of my glass cloches down. I have been picking them up at thrift stores over the winter. I think I have about 5 or 6 now, but I've just brought down 2 today, and I'm actually going to put these under the cloches again to see if I can get an early jump on some spring growth from this lettuce that has survived the winter, and see if I can bring it along a little quicker. So you can see this is actually just a punch bowl. I tried to find one with not too much cut glass work, but I used this last fall over this patch here. Just want to press it down so that any wind that comes along won't flip it. And this is just a plain glass, I guess it would be a fruit bowl, perfect as a cloche. And I'm going to put that one over these and let them do their thing. So this is what happened to our tree in one of the snowstorms we had. The snow was wet and it was so heavy that it snapped some of these branches off. We're going to clean this up today, but we're a little concerned about this tree. I think it might be dying anyway. As we, when we first moved in here, we noticed parts of it, branches were dead. You can see up a bit higher. It doesn't look that great. What worries us is that having to take the whole thing down. This is a really tall tree, and it costs so much to have someone come and take a tree down. So right now, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to clean up the bottom here, get rid of these branches, and just wait and see what happens with it. But this whole side over here is going to look pretty bare. Oh well. So there you go, all cleaned up. Craig took down some pretty big branches that were actually cracked and hanging down on this side and could have fallen on someone, so it was a danger. But the tree is obviously not particularly healthy. We know at some point it's going to have to come down, but it's been here a long time. Just from the size of it, you can tell. So it's a little bare down here, but that's okay. It was a good job done. And now that the tree is cleared up, there's something else I want to do for spring, and that's put up my bird's nest. Now this one was a gift that I got from a friend of mine, a very good friend, who knows how much I love the birds on our property. So it's a nester. I guess it's a specialty for songbirds. It was developed in England, I think. So I'm going to put that one up. And this one, you may remember from the video, is the bird's nest I made from a birdhouse gourd, and I'm going to hang that as well. So I think I'm going to put them in these trees here because I can see them from our bedroom window. The house is behind the camera here. And then I can hopefully have a nice view of the birds using the nests. There, I think that'll be a nice spot. There, so from my bedroom window I can watch the birds there. And in the cedar there. So there you go. It changes just that quickly here on the 8th concession, from what looked like full-blown winter to some breezy but mild spring temperatures and things starting to wake up on the farm. I can't wait to see it all bloom and become beautiful. I hope you'll join me. Bye for now.